Yo, what's up? It's the Good Life Podcast, the Kickback. It's your boy, Good Life Russ. I go by that social media on all social medias. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for showing up, man. Every week, like y'all do. The show wouldn't be a show without y'all. So, I got to represent, got to give y'all's flowers. So, we have a new guest on the show today, a first timer, which is my favorite, my very favorites. And this person is very, very near and dear to me. I've known her for a very long time, through it all. And I can say she's been solid the whole time. You know what I mean? So that's what we look for. That's who we want to come to the table to. And, we're here to talk about life and mental health and healing and motivation and, our low days, our high days, our dreams, our goals. We're here to talk about everything. So, with all due respect, I'm gonna let you bring yourself on, newbie. Tell them who you are, your name, and where they can find you at.
Hey, you guys, I'm Brittany. You can follow me on Instagram at B_Shanae underscore or R&B Treats. I'm the owner of R&B Treats and many other things, but R&B Treats on Facebook or R&B Treats underscore 614 on Instagram.
Okay, so I want to jump. I mean, we're going to jump all over the place, but I want to start with R&B treats. And how did you get that started? What was the inspiration?
Well, R&B Treats actually came like out of nowhere, to be honest. So, I was originally starting, I don't know if you remember, but I was originally trying to start my nonprofit when I was like 22
Hmm.
or 23. It was supposed to be a better generation, to give back to younger females who have parents who have mental illnesses, being that's my background. My mom is mentally ill. So, I originally started doing like, you know what I'm trying to say. I can't think of the word right now. But what is the bake sales? So
Okay.
I would do
Yeah.
like bake sales, and people kept asking like for stuff afterwards, and I'm like, the bake sale is over, and they're like, well, we want some more. So, actually, one of the rappers from the city, Sean, he would order like the little fudge from me, like peanut butter fudge from me. You've ordered some stuff. My best friend Dave, he didn't order crazy amount of things. So it was just like, my brother one day was like, why don't you just start a baking business? And that's how we got R&B treats.
That's love. That's love. It's crazy how sometimes things just fall into our lap and it just makes so much sense.
Right.
So how's it going? How's business going for you? How's your interest in the business going?
It's going good. It has its ups and downs, especially being that we're in a recession right now. So a lot of people aren't understanding why like prices are going up on certain things. But I just try to explain to the customers, like, I have to increase the prices due to the fact that the products to make your cake or whatever you may be purchasing has went up as well. So of course, but it's going still good. I still have my loyal customers. They rock with me regardless. So.
I love it. I love it. So, what would you say was your biggest show or biggest moment that you've provided the treats for? Do you do
My
weddings?
biggest, yeah, I do weddings and major events, but I would say my actual biggest accomplishment to me would be my contract with Value City Furniture with
Mm-hmm.
their executives. So they would get treats for me like every month. I was in contract with them, and that was just a different type of experience because now we're dealing with corporate and not just your average. I'm not saying anything is wrong with, your regular civilians ordering from me, but it's just different when you're in corporate.
Yeah, yeah. No, 100%. I think it's different too because it's the contracts. It's different business, different
Hmm.
expectations. So, how was that for you? In that, was that your first time doing something like that?
No, that was actually my second, but the first time I had it was through the state,
Okay.
but I kind of got like, like a couple people in there. So it was easy for me to get the state contract. But actually done with a contract that you don't know anybody, it was just it was an eye opener for me.
Okay. So, is this something that you would pursue moving forward?
Oh yeah, definitely. I would always advise anybody to do contracts. Not saying like your customers, like your everyday customers, aren't worth it, but with a contract, it's definitely because it's for sure guaranteed money, like
Hmm.
guaranteed income. So you know for a fact, regardless of how slow it's been, you're getting whatever you guys agreed on at the end of the month, or however you decided to set up your payments. But me, it's like at the end of the month, they pay for the items every month.
Okay. I like that. That's dope. I didn't had no idea you did that too. That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk beyond the treats. Let's talk about who you are, where you came from, your upbringing, and what do you feel like some of your dreams and goals were as a child, and do you still have those dreams and goals, or do you have new ones?
Okay. So I'm from Columbus. Um, I don't know what else you want me to say with that part, but I'm from Columbus,
Where'd you go
the
to
east side of
school at?
Columbus. I went to Independence in Whetstone. Um, my aunt raised me. My mom, like I stated before, she's mentally ill. She had a mental breakdown when I was in the sixth grade, so it was a total different outlook in life. Of course, when I got older, when you're a child, you really don't necessarily understand what is going on because,
Hmm.
of course, you see how somebody else, you see this person that you look at as a superhero change like literally in front of your eyes, and you don't understand exactly what's going on. Which I feel like we should be more educated on that. Like that should be put into schools because it'll give people a better outlook on life or outlook on mental health if they are aware of it at a younger age instead of we having to figure this out at an older age. Like, oh, this person does this because they might be bipolar, or this
Hmm.
person is like this because they have anxiety or something, instead of us just like, oh, you're crazy, like not knowing
Yeah,
necessarily like they really might have a mental issue. So
yeah,
of course I learned about it more when I got older because I was just wanting to be more insightful on exactly what was going on with my mother. But my aunt, she raised me. um I'm pretty sure you remember her.
yeah, yeah.
So she raised me. Um, I wanted to be originally a nurse, which I'm still pursuing now. I'm in school for nursing as of now.
Nice.
Because
Congratulations.
thank you. I graduate this year, but I just wanted to get into the medical field. I've always wanted to be in the medical field due to the fact of my mom. Essentially, my long term goal is to have a mental health facility, and also still, I want to still pursue my dream with getting like a nonprofit for the kids that have parents with mental illnesses. Because I feel like we always are so focused on the person with mental illness, and not saying that we shouldn't be, because of course they need help and guidance and everything. But I feel like the kids who have to deal with that, you know, they don't get enough. I can't think of the word right now, but they
Like
don't get enough
emotional
attention.
support.
Yeah, like emotional support,
Yeah,
be
I agree.
dealing with that.
I agree. They're kind of forced to grow up fast.
Yeah, or not. Like certain things, like like homecomings. You see, like your friend, like like I went through all that. Like your friends is going shopping with their moms, or even like men, like the boys, they going shopping with their dads or something. You don't experience everything like that, so it kind of makes you like hard sometimes.
Okay.
So, like, and I had to make myself aware of why I'm the way I am. And I've been working on myself, but why I do certain things the way I do it and everything. But I've acknowledged where it comes from, so you just have to fix it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I always tell people like you have to give grace, especially when you're meeting someone new, because you have no idea what they went through to get to this moment. You know what I mean? What we're still
Mm,
battling today. So that's dope of you. That's heavy.
thank you.
Yeah, and it always touches my heart because then I always wonder how many of us out here, have these baggages, that are beautiful things and things that are still worth living for, but they're tough, especially when people can't relate to you.
Exactly. And I try to tell people, like, don't ever, I hate when people be like, oh, that's nothing. I'm like, you never know what could really be like somebody's breaking point. Like to you, it might not be a big deal, but somebody else might have had like been stressed out, doing all kind of stuff. You don't know what comes with their lifestyle. So then today, you cancel on them. That might have been it. Like,
Yeah,
like that could have made them flip. So it's just like, like you say, give people grace. And that's why I always feel like you're supposed to give people grace. Look at it a different way. Try to approach people the way you want them to approach you on certain things.
yeah, that's real. That's real. So, how was it for you after high school? What was life like? Was it a bunch
It
of
was
partying? Did you have it figured out, or what? Where were you
no.
at?
Something else. It was a crazy. Um, I didn't party a lot. I say I party. I had my fair share, but I
Okay.
don't feel like I partied extreme like some of my friends and some of y'all. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But my aunt she told me how to get out at 17,
Okay,
and so we graduated 2 days after my birthday. My birthday is on the 5th. We graduated on the 7th. I was in my apartment on the 8th.
okay.
So it was just different. Like I didn't know about paying bills. Definitely had to like shut off before. But I ended up getting in a relationship. So my ex, he actually helped me a lot. His family members helped
Hmm.
me a lot to understand what was going on. So I was thankful for that.
That's awesome. Yeah, but I think that's a beautiful time for us to learn and experience things. And I remember, I swear, like especially our kicking sessions with everybody, it felt like we were older. I always felt more
Yes.
mature than the circle. Like I want to get together, play cards, listen to music, eat.
Yeah,
You know what I
yes.
mean? Like cookouts.
Yes. That's why I feel like we did a lot of that young too. And I feel like because we went out so young, now we don't really care to be like, I'm not trying to go to the club. Like, I don't care about a
Yeah.
section or none of that. Like, we can meet at the bar. I be so mad when they take over my little spots. I be pissed. I be like, dang, this is supposed to be my little duck off. Like, because it's just like we're out of that stage in life. And there's nothing wrong with the people that go out. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But for me, I'd rather, like you said, play cards, smoke a little hookah, do whatever,
Yeah.
chill, have a couple drinks in the house.
And they have a different experience than us. Again, not good or bad, but a lot of when we went out too at that age, like it was healing. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Or some people needed to get out of the home because of what they had going on at home. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And just us coming together and laugh and kick it, like that could have saved some people's life.
Yeah, I feel like we got together more, like you said, was healing. We were happy to be around each other. Like, we were
Mhm.
just happy to get out of our situation. I know I was. Like,
Yeah,
some days
same.
I wouldn't even go home. Like, when I
Yeah.
was still at my aunt's, because it would just be like so draining. So it's like my friends and everybody like we grew up with, like, I feel like we were more so like family than
Hmm.
they are now. Like, it just seems it's totally different. And we didn't have all this social media. Like we was actually out to kick it and enjoy
Yeah.
life. Like it wasn't a camera in your face 24/7. It wasn't, oh, we gotta make a reel, an Instagram post. Like we actually enjoyed the time.
Yeah, and it allowed us to live. I think sometimes people even hold back because there's all these cameras around, and they don't want to say the wrong thing or wear the wrong thing or do the wrong thing.
Post the real thing. You might be doing something that you ain't got no business doing, like there's the camera right there. Or you have an image that you're trying to upload and the camera in your face, you never know. Like some people smoke and you don't even know they smoke weed. Like,
Hmm.
but the camera right there, so they can't even be comfortable. I'm like, I always tell people, get you got years.
Hmm.
After that, we done. That's it.
Oh man. So you've come a far way and you've learned everything you've learned. So how is it now having the business and also being in school?
Crazy, it gets a little hectic. Um, but it's nothing I feel like I can't maintain. Some days I do cry,
Hmm.
be in my little feelings like, am I sure I want to do this? Like, and I'm learning how to be able, because I work at the hospital too.
Okay.
So, yeah, I work at Riverside and I'm a surgical tech up there. So I'm in the operating rooms. So,
Hey,
hey,
congratulations. Look
thank
at you.
you. Yeah, so it's a little crazy sometimes, and I'm learning because I've been working for myself for so long. Like, I haven't had a job since I was like 25, 26.
Okay.
So, it's like going back into working for someone is totally different. Like, when I'm telling you, like, when you can take a break, hey, you need to do this. The surgeons sometimes they be talking crazy. Like, I be like, man, what? I will walk out here right now.
You must
You
not know
have,
me.
yeah, like, so it's like I be having to just take a step back. Like, you know what? You signed up to do this. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
again, give people grace.
Yeah.
He been doing surgery all day. He probably fed up a little bit. So, you
Hmm.
know, give him some grace. Because I be looking like, what? Who are you talking to? Like,
No, man, I
yeah,
I experienced that same thing. Like, and I don't blame it social media, but social media has enhanced it because people can talk crazy in comments all day, and then they get with you, and they forget like this ain't like
silence.
we ain't online, dog.
Yeah, we ain't on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. What are you really trying to say?
Yeah. Oh
That's what
man.
the customers they do that sometimes, and I be like, what? Like, are you for real? Like, let's. That's why I had to get an assistant
Okay.
because she knows how to. Cause me, I'll block you. Like, I don't play none of that. Like, you're not about to talk to me, crazy customer, and I don't care. We don't do that. Be respectful,
Right.
and I will be respectful back. You talk
Yeah.
crazy, I'm blocking you. She'll do all that. That's why I love her. Shout out to my assistant, Christy.
Hey, shout out to her. We all need one of hers.
I'll be
Yeah.
like, no.
Man, listen, and people take advantage of that all day that you can calm yourself down. It's like, all right, I might slip one of these times. Like, be
Right,
careful.
I'm be careful because we all are human still. Like, be careful.
Yeah.
I'm not the one.
Oh, I
I'm
love it.
healing. What they say on them little memes they be posting, like, I'm healing, I ain't healed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work in progress. I might be taking a day off, just watch it. Be careful.
Right.
But I love it. I love especially to see, our people and our sisters in these high positions. And we need y'all in these positions, because a lot of us want to step out to the doctors, the dentists, the things, but we need people we can trust, in these positions.
They don't care. Like, it's sad to say, but a lot of them don't care. Like, my dad, when he passed, like dealing with the doctor, I literally cussed him out, and it wasn't off of anger of my knowing my dad was gonna pass. It was more so how he was speaking. Like, it's like because of our color of our skin and who we are is just like they don't care. It's like, oh well, he's like, oh well, this and this and it's like just no kind of compassion, no nothing. Like, first of all, he that's a whole nother story, but
Hmm.
they don't care. Like, they don't care, and that's another reason why I'm like I have to like stick with this because we do need more black women and men in the medical field because we don't have it. Somebody that
Yeah.
understands, like they feel like we could take pain more. Like if I say I'm in pain, like you're asking me as a doctor, I'm telling you like you telling me a 1 to 10, and I tell you past a 10, and you're like, oh, you're probably really a 5. Like, no, like what makes me different from Becky over here? Like
Right.
she said she was on 10. Like they automatically assume that we could just take more pain, and it's like I don't understand why y'all think that.
Yeah. And it has to be like our perseverance. It's like working against
Mm-hmm.
us now, how far we've come. But I think that's a good thing because it's forcing us to work with each other again. I know a couple of my homegirls is working on their own like dentist office. You know what I mean? I'm like, I get excited when I see y'all doing these things because they're needed more than people know. But I think more people are coming around and understanding like, these the basic checks and health you do at home are okay, but you need someone else to look at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Talk to
like a
you.
professional. Yeah, and
Yeah.
the therapy. I try to tell people there's nothing wrong with therapy, and I know both sides need to work on it, but black men, please
Yeah,
get a
yeah,
therapist. It's nothing wrong with there's nothing wrong with crying. There's nothing wrong with releasing, your emotions. Like, please get a therapist. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Like, I don't know what was wrong with the generation before us telling us like to hold it in or boys shouldn't cry and all that stuff. Like, let all that go. Get a therapist, release that trauma, get a black one
yeah,
so you can feel more comfortable as well. Like, they have all kind of websites where you can look up black therapists and everything else. But let it go. You can't heal
yeah.
yourself all the time either.
And we all need it. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
what's becoming more prevalent, and a lot of this I have this conversation all the time, especially with my mentees and my sons. Like a lot of this stuff came from like slavery. A lot of it came from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and 90s, and things that we just, there's a lot of people that walk around like, okay, I'm fine. Like there's nothing
Mm-hmm.
wrong with me. And if you don't think there's an issue, you're not looking for a solution. You dig?
Exactly.
Everyone should just assume you need to sit down and talk with somebody because back in the day, these were things that were bred into us. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
people didn't want you to shine too much because then you would take notice. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
moms had to downplay their sons so they wouldn't get sold into slavery. Like, oh no, he's slow, he can't run, he can't. You dig? Like you don't want him.
Yeah, like
And
you don't
these are
wanna.
things we're not healing from that was just passed down or just lingering around. So now we get in these same situations. You know what I mean? Like we reject the healing because we've gotten so used to hurting we don't know what to do when we're not hurting. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Don't know what to do at all. Or if somebody is on the flip side, if they're healed or working on like healing, like they're in a better space, we also have as a community um a problem to me that we downplay it. Like, oh, you must
Hmm.
think you're this or you think you're that.
Hmm.
Like, I've lost friends because of stuff like that. Like, oh, you think you're better because you do this and that. Like, what? Who said you think I'm better because I do this and that? Like, I never said that. I'm just out here living my life, like, like trying to get one to the next thing. So it's both on both sides. I feel like we need to work on, you know, learning that people have, like you said, there might be something that is wrong with them. If you feel like nothing is wrong with you or you don't have an issue, to go fix it. And also the ones that are fixing it, we can't think just because they might have a little pep in their step today that they feel like, they're better than you. Like,
Right.
it's just like give them their flowers. Like, oh, okay, you better than what you was last year or the day
Hmm.
before or whatever. Like, I'm glad to see you're smiling today. I'm glad that you're doing this. Like, I'm happy for you. Like, we just have to work and like bettering ourselves all the way around as a community when it comes to stuff like that.
I agree. And I think the way we get there is by repurposing what we're, seeing, like what our perception is. Like for me in my healing process, like I love my triggers, you know what I mean? Because it shows me where I need to get better. I love
Mhm.
moments when I'm not my best self because then I really have to question, like, why? Were you just tired this week? Was it because of this was going on? And that's the way we get better with each other is getting better to know ourselves. But unfortunately, a lot of us don't know ourselves, and we're moving
Mhm.
further into a future where you don't have to know yourself as much as you need to know about people is your bio on Facebook, and that's it.
Mhm.
You don't really need to know no more. You know what I mean? So I think how we're starting to live and the fact that those people do start to break away it's holding everyone accountable. Like social media is just basically exposing everything everyone was doing in
Everything.
the dark. Like social media, I tell people this all the time. Social media is not making you cheat, and it's not making people angry and upset and violent. It's just exposing people already been
Mhm.
like this. Like we said
Right.
with the cameras, you can't hide no more. Everyone's watching
Mhm.
all the
Can
time, which
you?
I
Mhm.
love. You know what I mean? I love because then it holds everyone to a certain standard, or you know what I mean? You become the outcast, the rejects. So what we're seeing is
Mhm.
like the tables are turning. A lot of the popular bullies are becoming like the rejects. They're the ones
Mhm.
that were left behind. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
I love how things are going. Maybe it's because I'm messy. I don't know, but I love it.
A little toxic.
I love seeing people get their karma, man. If I could deliver karma for a living,
You know
I
what?
would
Let
be
me go
that
and
guy.
deliver this for you.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't have to. That's why I'm upset. I could have had a whole check out here doing what I love to do. But now in my journey, I've been loving, learning to just, let shit go. Stop trying to humble
Mhm.
everybody. It's a big issue I have. As a kid, I always just used to be disgusted at bullies. Like, I should give you a wedgie. Like, leave them alone. Like, what are you doing? Like, why is you doing that?
Right, like what is your problem? Like what is the point? Like people don't understand that some stuff I just be like I will type and then delete. Like, you
Yeah,
know what? I ain't even about to do that. I'm not going back and forth with nobody today. Let me go ahead and just delete it. Because people don't want to be held accountable. Like, like or people want to cross people's boundaries and then they get cussed out or something. And then they want to get on Facebook and make a post about it. And it's like you crossed the boundary. You wanted to be a bully, and that person you thought you could bully years ago then
hmm
cussed you out or said something about you, and now you want to get on here and make it seem like they the bad person. Like, no, it's you. We all seen it.
yeah.
Like,
And that's bold because that could go one of two ways. I love when the people be in the comments like, "Yeah, it sounds like you the problem." Actually, I'll be like, "Yes,
yeah, like you are the
backfired,
problem.
didn't it?"
Yeah, that's what I'm like. We all can see it. Stop posting your business. Then y'all get mad and be like, "Oh, y'all just nosy." No, you put it on there. You thought it was gonna go a certain way and it didn't. Now you salty.
Yeah, and I ain't nosy, but I do like to play detective. I'm gonna put some stuff together. I'm that meme where they say such and such arguing, and you typing in everybody's name. Like, let me see. That's me in real life.
They typed in a grandma. They found a cousin.
Man, because people don't
Stepdad.
understand you when you, like you've been
Mhm.
saying, like when you're on a healing journey, people aren't able to relate to you no more. So people don't understand. Like my life used to be all drama all the time, every day. Like it was crazy. So now I don't mind drama. I just want it to be other people's drama. I
The
don't want it
drama.
to be in my
Not
life.
my drama. Right.
I want to be able to walk through my front door and not have none of that. But get my phone and I can see it and turn it off. I'm
Exit
not
out.
against drama. I just don't want it in my life.
Right. Because you want to have a little razzle dazzle every once in a while, you
Oh,
know.
sometimes you gotta be a little spicy. You gotta mix it up. But hey, that's what we get relationships for, man. And hopefully they love you in
Mhm.
the morning.
Right.
But it's great. It's great seeing how much you've grown. You know what I mean? And that's just all around. You know what I mean? I've always listened to you when we have our conversations, and they're deep, deep conversations. You one of the people I value, and I feel like man, you in a hospital and school and doing treats. Like that's amazing. That is so amazing. Like I have to ask now, how do you find time for yourself? And what do you do? What is your self care? What is your self
I
loving?
turn off I will put my phone on D&D in a
Okay.
minute. I will tell you, because you have to set boundaries. Like,
hmm
I will sit there, like, because I had to learn that, like, you can't always take every order or something like that. Like, you have to set boundaries. Because I used to be like, I'm going to do every order. I'm going to do this. I don't care. Like, no. And then now you over here sleepless, like, over here running off of 2 hours of sleep and wonder why you got an attitude and all kind of stuff. So, no, I had to take a step back because I was, like, missing out on stuff. I'm like, dang, I didn't miss this party, that party. Can't make it to my friends engagement, like it'd be crazy. So I'm like, I just like set boundaries for myself. Like we're going to do this. Like I always call my Sunday self-care Sundays. Like I'm not doing anything. If you want to book a cake on Sunday, you definitely paying $500 or more. And most people, when they hear that, they be like, "Oh, well, never mind. Yeah, it's also." So it's
Enjoy
like,
your day.
see you next week. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, because this is my day. So, if you really want this cake, then you won't have to spend the money for it. So, it's
hmm
just like, you have, like, I do take time to myself to, love myself or go do whatever I need to do. Rather it be like me giving myself a facial, go get my eyebrows done, talk stuff to my friends, go like hang out with them. And I also make time for myself in the mornings. Like I just start back on my fitness and health journey because I'm an emotional eater. Like I said, I'm healing. I ain't healed
Same
yet.
here. Same here.
Yeah, so I'm
Crazy
like,
snacker over here.
yeah, but see, and I ain't even a snacker. I'm the food. Like, I will make
Okay.
some pot. Like, I'll go cook a whole meal. Like, Yo, what do y'all want? Y'all want this? Like, let me figure out how to make this. Like, invite everybody over. And they be like, what did you cooking for? Like, oh, because I'm like, like, I be going through stuff. Like, when my dad, I'm still not all the way over that. So I'll get in my moments and be like, you know what? I'm about to just make me some turkey wings, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese. Like, make a whole meal that I should not be eating at 9 o'clock at night. So it's like, but I do go to the gym and stuff in the morning or whatever. So like I've started doing that again, like making my mornings for myself when I'm not at work. I'll go to the gym, meditate, come home, turn on the music, or even go for a ride. But we gonna have some kind of self care for B in there some kind of
Mhm,
way.
mhm. I love that, man. It sounds like you on a righteous path, but it makes sense. I've always got good vibes from you. It always seems like good things, come your way, and it seems like you persevering through the other things. So that's love.
Let me try.
Yeah, yeah. So what are some big outdated, out the way later on in life plans for you? Where do you see yourself in 40 years?
40.
40. Are you a gardener?
40.
You gonna still be hitting the club? What's it? What you see?
40. What am I going to be? I'm going to be 70 something. So
Yeah.
I plan on being on somebody's yacht
Okay.
with my grandkids, telling them, sit down or telling them stories of how I used to smoke hookah and stuff.
Hey, you gonna be? I love it. Rose from the Titanic. Keep the stories alive.
Right. They
And
gonna
I
be like, what,
thought,
you was not out there? Like, yes, I was. I want to see Facebook.
I love
But
it. So you
yeah.
gonna be enjoying it.
Yeah, just plan on enjoying life, being peaceful, traveling. Like, for real, by 40, I want to be kicking it. Like, I don't want to be really doing too much. I want to
Yeah.
be just being able to travel, running my businesses, excuse me, from wherever I'm at. I don't want to
Yeah.
really be doing that.
I'm the same. Like I feel like as I mature, experience more life, like I want to calm down. Instead of trying to do
Mhm.
10 things, I want 3 things really well. You know what I mean, and keep
Mhm.
that going. But I definitely one of my resolutions, what I need to get better at is like my friendships.
Mhm.
Friendships are very valuable,
Yes.
and for us creative driven, art driven, work driven people, like I don't think we're the best at friendships. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I want to share these memories with people. I want to share these new cities and these new meals with people. I think that's a big part of life.
Mhm. It
So how?
definitely is. I feel like you have to share with your friends. I'm. I feel like I'm pretty good on my
Okay,
friendships. I could be better. Like I feel like there's always room for growth.
true.
Like my problem is, um, I shut down if I'm going through something. I shut down from everybody.
Okay.
So because I don't feel like putting like whatever I'm going through, like my burdens on you.
Uh,
So I try to, even when people be like, "Oh, well, you can talk to me about it," da, 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 and I'm like, "No," because I'm just not in that space. Like Sequoia, that's my best,
she crazy.
and she'll tell you she's
Shout out to the
crazy.
dog. She
Shout
crazy.
out to TQ, but she knows. Like there was a point I wasn't talking. Like I talk to Sequoia every day. If anybody's gonna be able to tell you where I'm at, she know where I'm at right now. Like you know what I'm saying? Like she'll be able to tell you where I'm at. And it was at one point I wasn't even like talking to her like that every day, and I just had to tell her like she know like she know me. So, but I eventually told her like, well, this and this is going on, da 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 da, and she was understanding about it. But I still feel myself. I feel bad because like, and that's something I'm working on to stop clearing everybody out when I'm going through stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Because some of them are there to help us do those things. I think we're both learning that
Mm-hmm.
lesson right now. And it's extra difficult when you're used to doing everything on your own.
Thing by yourself. Yes, and that's why I'm like, I'm used to having to do this and that. So it's like, what? Leave me alone. Like, not being rude about it, but it's like I don't want to talk about it right now. I'm about to figure this out. blase skip, and they could be the ones that help you figure it out. But you just in your mind, it's like, no, I'm gonna figure it out. Leave me alone, like you know.
I definitely understand. So, is there anything you want to leave the people with on the mental health tip, on the business lady tip, anything in life? I guess.
I just feel like do whatever you think you want to do, and ask people. Don't be too scared to do it. I was just telling like my ex boyfriend, his family. I'm still talking to some of his family members. I'm like his cousin, great cook, like, and I'm about to shout him out. Chef McNair,
Hmm.
Anthony McNair, great cook, great. He's a chef. Ain't no reason why he shouldn't be, doing what he's supposed to be doing right now. Like he on it now, but he keep getting all the signs that he need to do it. But it's like, do it, just do it. Like there's nothing wrong with going out and doing it. I'm not saying quit your job or whatever because I understand, especially right now in the recession, if
Right.
you ain't, you know, financially stable enough to quit your job and go all in, don't do it. But at least as much as you put into these companies, put into yourself
Yes.
sometime during that week. So you giving them 40 hours a week, you need to be giving yourself at least 20 hours a week of doing something to better yourself, rather it be mental health, you starting your business, your schooling, being better with your kids, whatever it is, do it. And that's all I gotta say. Like,
Hey,
and y'all can always ask me for questions.
to the- straight to the point. I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, but everything you said, I agree on 100%. And this is a big year. 2023 is gonna be a big year for all of us. So she hit the nail on the head. Like this, the Jordan year. Like just do it. Take your shot. You know what I mean? Forget all that dribbling and passing. It's time to shoot. It's time to get more
Yeah, because
selfish.
what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, that's a
What's the
fact.
worst? Like I always say, what's the worst that's gonna happen? It doesn't work, and then what? You go on to something else. I don't care. I would do anything. I was supposed to just start doing wine. I noticed that that wasn't my thing as of right now, and I stopped. But at least I tried it. Like there's
Hmm.
nothing wrong with trying. I feel like people are so more scared of what other people are going to look at them as since they
Yeah.
didn't finish it instead of just thinking about themselves. Like again, we go back to social media. Y'all want this gratification from social media. Like forget them. Half the people in your friends list ain't even going to be your supporters anyway. It's going to be
Right.
strangers. So forget them. Do what you need to do. If it don't work, then move on to the next thing. But at least you did it, and you're going to keep doing it.
Hmm. That is a fact. I love it. So this was a great show. It was an honor of mine. I will have you back. We do different segments, like different panels. We'll do like Battle of the Sexes, and we'll have three men, three women. So I think you'll be great for something like that. So can you let them know where they can find you at social media?
You guys can find me again at B Shanae on TikTok, B underscore Shanae underscore on Instagram, Brittany Banks on Facebook, R&B Treats on Instagram. Well, R&B Treats underscore 614 on Instagram and R&B Treats on Facebook. And thank you so much. Y'all don't know this is like my brother. This not even a light. This is my brother.
Yeah.
So we go all the way back. He's definitely been there for some crazy stuff in my life as well. And I'm so proud of you with your books and
Thank
candles
you.
and your podcast. I just watched a few of your episodes. You're doing great as well in life. And, I'm proud of you and I love you so much.
Thank you. I love you too. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all later.
All right, bye.